Tina, I rely on you.
Good morning. It is 6:11 in the morning. I'm trying to catch a flight at 7 to the beautiful city of San Francisco. It is raining in San Diego. Like, what the hell? And I just like straightened my hair this morning. Luckily, I parked very close to the apartment. Yes, so W San Francisco, huh? They're flying me out for an interview and I'm so excited. I am almost too excited, but I don't want to jinx it and I don't want to get my hopes up because I will be heartbroken if I don't get this position. It's like my dream job, marketing manager at W San Francisco. So I will take the camera with me and vlog as much as I can. Now if I don't get the position, obviously these vlogs are not coming up. I'm so excited. I'm not even tired. I couldn't even sleep. Okay, I arrived to San Francisco and kind Edwin here picked me up, as you saw with the sign. So basically, I woke up at 5 and the flight was at 7 and I was like, you know, it's not the first time I fly to San Francisco, so I was like rushing, but not really, you know, just taking it easy. And for some reason there was a long line at San Diego airport, and that's so unusual because it's such a small airport. So I was like, okay, well, whatever, I'll just, you know, I still have time. So I have the ticket, or you know, like the barcode on my phone, but my phone is all cracked. So I stay in line. Let me show you. So I don't know if you see. Hold on, let me turn it off. It's all cracked. So I go up and it didn't work because it was cracked. So I was like, I stood in line for so long for nothing. So he's like, well, you have to go to like Virgin and get your boarding pass. And I was like, oh my god. So I went to Virgin and they're like, oh no, we closed the flight, like it's already boarding. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I need to go, I need to be on that flight. So they're like, okay, well, we can't print it because they closed the flight, but we can print you a boarding pass for the next flight. So I was like, yeah, sure, just get me into the airport. So then I had to, so obviously I told the agent that was there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get this ticket, but like, please let me go through without this line because I don't have time, like they're already boarding. So he's like, okay, go first class. So I went there, okay, boarded, and then I still have to wait in line for the like the check, like, you know, like when they scan you. So I was like, honestly, like my face was like in panic. I sprint in heels to the gate 35, and I was like sprinting. There was no one in the gate, the doors were closed, and luckily there was someone there. So I was like, ma'am, please, like I need to get on that flight because I have an interview and that's all I'm going for. I don't have bags, like please. And she's like, we closed the flight, we can't. And I'm like, please, it's an emergency, I'm gonna cry right now. And she's like, hold on, and she's like, turn on the radio. She's like, because the airplane was still there. So I was like, okay, well that's a good sign, like it's still there. But I guess they had like closed the doors. So she's like, on the radio, she's like, hey, did you guys close the airplane doors? And they're like, no, we're all good. She's like, okay, like you're lucky. And I was like, oh my god. And then I walk into the plane and everyone was like looking at me like, ew, are we really just waiting for you? And I was like, oh god. It's like I was so sweaty, like I honestly sprinted and I was just like so hot and my face was red and I was like huffing and puffing, you know. So but finally I'm here. And Edwin got to hear my whole story. But I'm finally here in San Francisco and it's beautiful. It was raining in San Diego, so what was the last thing that I said? Yes, I went to San Francisco and I went to the interview. I think the last thing was I recorded the hotel. Obviously I did not record the interview. That would, although that would have been fun if I just pulled up the camera like, can you hold for 1 second? I need to vlog this. So I get to San Francisco and there is like mad traffic. I feel like the time that we had scheduled to have for the interview just got shorter and shorter because of the traffic. So then I get to the hotel and the girl Jessica, who is the ex-marketing manager of W Chicago, she is the one that basically recruited me. She initially was the one that reached out to me when I got the first call about the position and the interest that they had in me. So she greeted me in the lobby, or in the living room as we call it at the W, and she was like she had this amazing, you know, East Coast energy, because she was like, okay, we have exactly like 40 minutes. Oh shit. We have exactly, you know, 40 minutes, or I don't remember exactly how many minutes we had, but I basically flew in and out to San Francisco. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna time this, you're gonna meet with this person. Basically I had a BI, which is the behavioral interview. I've done so many of these BIs throughout Starwood because that's like a Starwood thing. So I finished the interview and then she was like, okay, well, now you're gonna meet the general manager. And so I met the general manager and the director of operations. And it was also very briefly because she was timing everything because we really didn't have time. I had to catch a flight home or back to San Diego. So she was basically like timed it and she's like, okay, you guys have 5 minutes, go. And she was just so fun, and I just felt very comfortable. I just feel that I'm at that moment in my professional life where I feel very comfortable with myself as a professional, and also like what I want and, you know, what I am good at. So it went very well. Oh god, is that an animal? Oh, okay, it wasn't. Okay, so perfect. So then I went back to San Diego. You know, I had no clue. It felt good, but I knew that there was other candidates. So I was very nervous and anxious, and I was just like, oh, I really wanted this position. So I was just a ball of nerves and stress during the time that it took for them to call me back. So I finally got an email, I think it was, and they said that they were gonna move forward in this process with me in the hiring process. So they just needed the professional references. So I did 3 professional references, and they reached out to all of them because obviously my references got back to me and like, hey, I got called from the W San Francisco. So I was like, okay. And then they finally called me and offered me the position. So I am officially the marketing manager of W San Francisco, and I couldn't be more excited about it. It's a dream. Just the role is my dream job, and the brand is my dream brand. Like, W Hotels is basically everything to me. It means so much to me. I have so many memories with the W Hotel as a guest. Even before I started to work for W brand, it's just such a extension of my lifestyle. So I just couldn't be happier. And so yeah, and now comes just this adventure of moving to San Francisco. I only have 2 more weeks left in San Diego, so I'm just so excited, and I'm so proud of myself being stubborn as I am, and just very determined and perseverant. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm 100% ready to take on this role and kick some ass. So yeah, so that is the good news. That is what is happening. I am moving to San Francisco. Of course, gonna vlog about it. So I went ahead and created a little clip of San Francisco moments that I experienced last year. I mean, it's such a beautiful city, and I have the best memories in that city. I fell in love last year in San Francisco, so you know, here's a little clip. Here's a little video, mini video of San Francisco, the city that I'm moving to. So here you go.